So van life is not all fun. We've just pulled up to a campsite just outside of Childers. It's a free campsite and we've stayed here plenty of times before. But just before we got here it started pouring, and so we've been trying to set up in the rain. It's Tim is outside. I'm just going to see if I can flip this and just show you. Actually, you won't be able to see with the rain without the light, but we're just hoping it doesn't flood out there. So actually if I turn this way, usually we put all this stuff outside and while we set up the bed, but if we put it outside obviously it will get soaked. So we've had to just shove it over in the front there, and just waiting for a little break in the weather a little bit so that hopefully we can finish setting up. So we're putting up a second tarp on the side. So we've got the awning up, got a tarp over the top of that, and now we're putting another tarp up. But beyond
the hammer, honey, and another peg.
Okay.
This is where we camped last night, and the forecast is for heavy rain all week. So the one time it gets a little more challenging when you're van lifing is in the rain. So you can see this tarp here, and the reason that's there is there's a gap between the awning and the roof of the van, and water comes through there, so your whole waterproofing goes out the window basically. And this tarp, because the water was coming in, that's the south that way, it stops the water coming into our dry space. So I'm yet to really find a successful way to put a tarp up. We set up in the pouring rain, so it wasn't ideal. We find it quite challenging when it's pouring with rain. So you can see even the ground's all wet, and the forecast is heavy rain all week. So we're away for a work trip. I've got to go to Bundaberg today and then Rockhampton and Gladstone for work. So this is a free campsite. For the rest of the trip we'll stay in Caravan Park, but that doesn't stop the rain hitting us. So anyway, there are always challenges, and we don't love doing it in the rain, to be honest, but we adapt.
So we've had a few people ask us. No, we're not full-time van lifers. We live in Brisbane and we travel for Tim's work. He's a sales rep and he has shops he needs to call on between Port Douglas in far north Queensland, down to Foster just north of Sydney, and west to Tamworth and Armidale. I do social media and marketing, so all I need is an internet connection. If Tim is in town for a few hours, then he'll drop me to a library and I can work there. Otherwise, I just work in the back of the van whilst he's in a shop. Our jobs give us a lot of flexibility to be able to travel.
We made it to Rocky and Thai for dinner, so we'll get some takeaway and head back to the caravan park where we booked and have dinner. So we really nailed it with the weather. As you can see, it's just rain, rain, rain. The forecast is 90% chance of up to 100 mil of rain. So we were going to go mountain biking this morning. You can see the bikes not ridden. Amanda's chains getting all rusty. On a bright note, I've worked out our tarp to cover this gap. You can see under there, keeps it nice and dry. Not a drop of water here. And we found these pegs. These stupid things just don't stick anymore, these Velcros, they're just useless. But found these pegs, so they hook over the rail here and just hook onto it. And it was blowing a gale last night. See, all these Velcros just let go, but these work, so that's an easy solution too. So when it's raining, I put one corner down on the awning so the water can just run off. So it's not pretty, but it works. The circus is in town.
So day 3, and we've set up another waterproof option. Oh, it's like a hodgepodge. We
Work
love
of
it.
art. What are you talking about? The rain comes in this side, so this will
We're
stop it.
protected. And if it all doesn't work, we'll run away and join the circus.
We're in the Gladstone Showgrounds. We've stayed here quite a lot. We really like it here. And I've done my best to waterproof our outdoor area. It does take the enjoyment away a little bit, but we're staying happy, aren't we, honey?
We're always happy.
We're always happy. So I've got to go to work today. Then we're going to work out what we're going to do this afternoon. We're trying to avoid just going home because we like being out on the road. And once we're waterproof, it's pretty fun. But our bikes that are on the racks there, we haven't even used them. It's been too wet. So they've come for a long drive so far. So I'm going to go to work. I should be done today by sort of 12, 1 o'clock. And we'll decide what we're going to do this afternoon. See, I do work, prioritising it.
I'm going for a run now.
You're going to go for a run, so you'll be right.
My run was interrupted by an empty coal train. I had to stand and wait in the rain for about 5 minutes waiting for it to pass. We decided to head a bit further inland on the way home to avoid the rain, and we ended up in this little town called Biggenden.
True artwork, right there. Now I get that to the naked eye, it doesn't look like much. But that's 3 nights of evolution right there. Work of art. I'm going for a run. Love ya.
So the bikes didn't even come off the rack this trip. We had planned on going to Rockhampton Mountain Bike Park, the rail trail, but all they've done is just sit on the back here. So we're heading home early. We were supposed to go home on Saturday, it's now Thursday. So this is the end of this trip. So thanks for travelling with us, and we'll see you next time.